My soul's addressing the prayers I'm dancing. When I wake up, I pray. How can I serve today? I surrender all confusion. I live in humanhood. No one's misunderstood. We are all a holy union. We are one holy union. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. We are one holy union. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Oh Lord, I'm grateful, so very thankful. I feel a blessing, divine caressing. Oh Lord, I'm grateful, so very thankful. My soul's addressing the prayers I'm dancing. When I wake up, I pray. I live a loving day. I surrender all confusion. I live in humanhood. No one's misunderstood. We are all a holy union. We are one holy union. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Come on now. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. One more time. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Take it home.
Yes, indeed, Jami Lula.
So, knowing that we are one holy union, let's be united in this small, little, quiet time, a gap, a God awareness place. So we're going to be into the silence, one holy union. We'll be silent for 3 minutes, and then Sherry will bring us out. Here we go. So meditation is really just being conscious and aware, so that all of your mind is present in whatever's going on, and knowing that the divine is always present. So if you don't meditate, I invite you to make that part of your spiritual practice. And if you want to learn how, John Bellis has one on Thursday nights. So now, Dr. Jami, please come back.
One more from Jami.
Thanks for ringing the bell.
So I realized I'm doing that opening song was a Floyd Lula song that we wrote during the pandemic, and this is another song that we wrote just before the pandemic, actually the August before. So it's called "Keep On Walking."
Walk a mile or a minute in another man's shoes. He's got a path to take to find his truth. Any way you spin it, he's a lot like you, finding his faith on roads that you'd never choose. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Tell a tale you're in it, hear a brother man's blues. Got a destination now and no excuse. Why do you condemn it when it's not your own? You can't unsee it once the light has shone. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Don't let it cloud your vision. Love be your only mission always. Let go of the old condition. Let love be your only mission always. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. One foot in front of the other, hand in hand, one with another. Walk with your sister and brother always. One foot in front of the other, hand in hand, one with another. Walk with your sister and brother always. One foot in front of the other, hand in hand, one with another. Walk with your sister and brother always. One foot in front of the other, hand in hand, one with another. Walk with your sister and brother always. Don't let it cloud your vision. Love be your only mission always. Let go of the on walking. Oh yeah, gotta keep on walking, yeah. Keep on walking.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Keep on walking, Jami Lula.
Wow. This is great. Reverend Stephen, you're missing a wonderful service. I'm sure he's going to watch it later, but the energy here, isn't it great?
Yeah.
Amen. So, let me introduce you to Reverend Sunshine. After learning spiritual principles when she got sober, she dedicated herself to bringing her message to people around the world. She is a spiritual leader, a keynote speaker, and a workshop leader. She facilitates uncovering, discovering, and discarding beliefs that no longer serve us. She shows us how we can move powerfully from the realm of regrets, despair, shame, and fear to the world of freedom, abundance, love, and joy. It is my privilege to introduce, call to the stage, Reverend Sunshine Daye.
Thank you, Rev, for that introduction. What's happening, beloveds? Wow. I'm so happy to be here with you today. And it is my goal to just be authentic, to be honest, and to bring forth a powerful message that shifts my thinking and being, but also facilitates that for you. When I say 'tis the season, I'm not trying to take us back to Christmas. I'm not trying to bring up that holiday spirit, as much as I am seeking to remind us that we use this terminology of season for times and time periods. What would you call this season right now that we're in? I like interactive, so bring it.
Love.
A season of love.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's, so season of Valentine's, season of love. Anything else? Winter season, right? The physical winter season, yeah. Time to excel. Okay. Anything else? Season of transition. I heard surrender. Yeah. How about for our young people in the audience? Any seasons for you? School season. Season of growth. Thank you. Season of renewal. Yeah. And I'm sure that Reverend Steve has talked about the season for nonviolence as well, right? And thank you, Reverend Rob, as he was reading from the AI writing of Ernest Holmes. He's probably turning over in his grave right now. What the what did I say? That in particular, this winter season is a time we've been reflecting through the fall, and now it's really about preparing to step into spring. So more change. You know, a lot of times when I think about the winter season, and I'm going to tie this into season of nonviolence, going to tie it into love, going to tie it into surrender, going to tie it into growth, going to tie it into all of this, because that's what any good minister does. Makes it all kind of tie in and fit in together. the opportunity that we're looking at right now is this opportunity to be like a naked tree. In the wintertime, traditionally in winter throughout the USA, winter is really that time where you have nakedness. Naked trees, they no longer have the leaves on them. And they appear to be dormant, they appear to be dead, they appear to be inactive. And yet, on the inside, there is lots of work happening. There is this rejuvenation, there's this growth, there's also this surrender, but there's this divine creativity that is happening that is not seen by the naked eye. When I think about the season of nonviolence, for me, it's that time of winter, that season of winter, that season of being still and doing our internal work. Really examining our ideas, our notions, our proclivities, our biases, our prejudices, our stereotypes about the other. And this is of utmost importance because Dr. King talked about nonviolence in a way where he said it's not only about not committing violence against another human being, but it's also about not committing violence to oneself. And I'm not talking about self-abuse, but I am speaking in particular about harboring thoughts of hatred, disgust, harboring thoughts that there is something wrong with the other. Now, 'tis the season for us as spiritual people to begin to really look and uncover and discover and examine these hidden thoughts and beliefs. Our science of mind philosophy is perfect for that kind of stuff. That's why we have practitioners. Our practitioners serve as that kind of archaeologist and that person that helps us uncover and look at and examine the hidden beliefs that have been operating as a law in our life. I've been listening to the book, My Grandmother's Hands. And I know that you have probably studied that book yourselves here as a community and thinking about the story that is told about, making a purchase at Walmart and being stopped and can I see your receipt? And then to just kind of notice later on how many people and who's getting stopped and asked for a receipt and who isn't. And many, many times, just like in that story, the clerk, the person who was checking receipts, had no clue that she had a proclivity or a bias in stopping people of a certain racial ethnicity compared to others. And so it is with us, that left unchecked, we cause damage not only to ourselves, but to humanity, divine humanity around us. And as we look at this winter season, this season of nonviolence, this season of love, this season of growth and surrender, I wonder what steps, what prayers, what spiritual practices we can begin to use on a daily basis, if not several times a day, to uncover some of the ways we quote unquote innocently hurt other people. Because it's my knowing that we don't go out intentionally to hurt people. But let's face it, we are in a world and a society that makes it really sexy to drive a nice car, to live in a good neighborhood, which is code word, because what's not a good neighborhood, right? To have friends, to have money, to be able to travel, to be around even like-minded people. I like to change that to love-minded people. Because sometimes our like-minded people, they look like us, they walk like us, they talk like us. Whereas love-minded people actually allows us to open up and welcome in people who don't necessarily think like we do. But that love is still that superseding force that makes it so that we are including and being like living spirit, loving spirit, which is inclusive, which has created the variety and the difference, which is the variety and the difference. And so today, it's interesting because I was looking up the season for nonviolence, right? Like our 64 days and 64 ways. And in one publication, today's task, objective, is humility. To tell someone that you trust about a mistake that you made and how you might have done it differently. And then in another version, today is actually creativity. And it's do a dance or sing a song after dinner for your family, or write a story about peace and share it with someone. So because I got both, one from one and one from another, I'm wondering how we can allow ourselves to be human, that divine humanity. You see, nobody wants to be seen as a racist or a sexist or an ageist or a classist. No, I mean, that feels wrong. It just feels bad, and it's never our intention. And yet, sometimes our behaviors actually support racism and support classism and support homophobia and support ageism and support ableism. And we don't necessarily know it. But until we are able to, like our 64 days and 64 ways, right? Until we're able to admit that we've made a mistake. I thought, this was innocently done. I thought this was like this, but it ends up that it isn't. I'll tell you about my mistakes. Here's something, because I'm also on a mission to humanize ministers and doctors and practitioners and spiritual people, because we do not walk on water unless it's ice, right? And 24/7, we're not in meditation. Some of us are on medication, right? And we cuss, and we just are living life trying to really learn and grow at the same time. And what I noticed for me is that when I'm in fear, when I think that something is about to be taken from me, when my body trauma is around freeze, in that fight or flight or freeze or fawn, and I'm in that position, what I'm noticing is that I withdraw. And by withdraw, I mean I withhold my love. Wah, wah, wah. Go figure. Wow. That's some of the work that we get to do with our practitioners, where we get to unearth some of that stuff. That's part of the winter season, is recognizing those things. That I'm not going to love you. I'm going to withhold. I'm going to try to be mad. I'm going to ignore you. I'm not going to pay attention. That's actually a reaction, because it's not thoughtful. I didn't think about doing that. It wasn't what I set out to do, but I recognized that, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to protect myself from you, the other, and I'm going to withhold my love. And in that, who wins? Nobody. Nobody wins. So there's something about me that humanizes me, that takes me off of whatever pedestal I imagine ministers are ever on. I do this as an example of how we can begin to do our work. And the work that is necessary if we, as a union, right? As a union, we as humanity, we as Centers for Spiritual Living, we as, Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, we as our family unit, we as individuals in the collective, if we are to create a world that works. Because this stuff still lives inside of us. And it feels good to come on Sundays and be uplifted and be motivated and to, yes, I feel good, I have love for everyone, until, the parking lot. Yeah, till that parking lot, till like, what's that so-and-so trying to get in front of me? Let me hurry up. Till we make up all the stuff. It's interesting how often, in just noticing what's happening on the outside of me, what's happening in my body temple, like the body sensations, what happens on the outside and then on the inside, and then to also then notice the thoughts, the stuff I make up that's not even the truth about you and you and you and you and you and you and what it means and all of that. We make it up. And then on top of that, we believe it. We believe it. And because this is what happens, we set up energy that comes between our loving. And there's this energy that interferes with our loving, that interferes with our simply being and recognizing the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent way that God is showing up as you. All of a sudden, I don't see you as living spirit expressing as you. I see you as, oh, that one, or those people, or them. How could they? So it's important to get creative with our spiritual practices, to sit in spiritual practice, to retrain our brains to recognize that not only are we so creative, but that sometimes this creativity is just going a little too far that way, and we need to reel ourselves in and recognize that there is work to do. Dr. Tracy Brown, in her book, What Is Mine to Do, speaks of we need to stop blaming them and them and them and them and them and them for the conditions of our immediate surroundings and our world. That we are responsible. So in our prayer, in our meditation, in our visioning, we are simply to ask infinite indwelling Spirit, what is mine to do? What is mine to do? We need to get honest with each other and say, yeah, I imagine that you were like this, and that came between me even giving you an opportunity to show me who you really are. 'Tis the season, beloveds, to begin to examine those hidden beliefs. To expose them for the lie that they are, to discard them, and to allow life, spirit, infinite intelligence to shine in, through, and as us. This work is not for the cowardly, but indeed for those who are courageous, which is different than brave. Brave is fearless. I don't know any brave people. I know courageous people that in the face of fear, F-E-A-R, instead of forget everything and run, F-E-A-R, that they face everything and recover. They recover their true nature. They recover the living spirit that is indwelling, that is right where we are. Courage is in the face of fear, doing it anyway. And so this season, beloveds, I invite us all together, collectively and individually, to begin to look within, to begin that housekeeping, so that as we step out into the springtime that's coming quite soon, right around the corner, that we're able to allow life to shine in, through, and as each and every one of us. I'm so grateful for your attention. Let us go into prayer. How grateful I am in this moment to recognize the one power, one presence, one life that has created everything out of itself. This presence, this power is love, it is joy, it is peace, it is perfect, it is eternal. It is my life now. And as I know that this life created everything out of itself, it stands to reason that I am that which thou art. That I am the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent, powerful way that God shows up in human form. And as this is my truth, this is the truth for each and every one. This is the truth for all life. That everything is the unique expression of the one. So I'm simply speaking the word now, simply revealing that this is our truth, simply letting go of any idea, any falseness, any doubt of our oneness in spirit, of spirit. And simply calling forth that this revelation, that this wholeness, that this love, that this truth, that this abundance, that this power and presence is ours now, not later. This is not who we're becoming. This is who we are now. And because this is who we are now, everything comes together for our highest good, the highest good of those around us. So easily and effortlessly, we search within for any places of fear, of doubt, any places of otherness, any places of lack, of limitation, and we allow that to fall into the nothingness from which it came. And we allow spirit to shine in, through, and as our very life. We speak truth. We uplift one another. We remind each other of the truth of who we are. We walk powerfully in the world saying, I see the sacred, I hear the sacred, I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred, I hear the sacred, I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. And because I know this is answered prayer, I simply now release this word into the activity of the law, knowing that it is done in the mind of God, therefore, joyfully awaiting its manifestation and its experience in, through, and as my life and all life. It is so, and now it is, and so it is. Thank you, beloveds. And remember our affirmation. This is my season to shine. And so it is. Thank you.
Just exactly what I needed to hear today.
Thank you. That was the revealing prayer.
Indeed it was. I had an epiphany while you were talking about it's not something that's in the future, but it's something that's here right now. But still having the room to grow, because sometimes I know that I feel like, well, I'm not enough. But I had the epiphany. An oak seedling is still an oak. It's not an oak tree, but it's still an oak. Right? It's a forest. It's a forest. Thank you. So next, we have our law of circulation, which is not just breathing in and out. It's not just blood flowing through our bodies, but it's what I like to call crystallized energy, otherwise known as cash, credit, currency, stocks, bonds, all that good stuff. So we have a bunch of ways to give. I'm really old school. I write checks. Some people have cash. And there's a number that we can text to. And it's also on the website. You can go on the website and there's a donating button. Or you can just call the office. And someone there would love to take your credit card number down. And for those of you who are on the conscious giving, already the automatic giving, thank you. And the reason I don't do that, the reason I still do this, is because I want to be really conscious of it. So that's why I do it old school. So let's bring forward the ushers and ush. And can we bring up the slides to... We're a little behind in the slides. There they are. Hey, I was right. Oh, and text give to that number. I forgot that one. Okay, everybody got that? Okay, next. And now, so let's repeat this together.
Okay.
Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for the Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and the world now. Divine love is victorious. So now I know that we are blessed. It's always the case that we are blessed. So we are grateful to receive, and we are grateful to give out, and we know that this collection goes for the good of this center, and the good of the community, and the good of the world, and so it is.
So it is. It's our last song from Jami for today. Thank you, Cheryl. That's important.
Thank you, Reverend Sunshine. You rock. We've known each other a long time. My soul sister from forever. Forever. Love you too. In my eyes, in my mind, in my heart and soul, in my life, I have been searching for something, but you were my dream. You're perfect, you're golden, your light, your love, you're perfect, you're golden, you're my light, my love. When I breathe, when I swallow, caress I feel. When I listen, I hear the most beautiful music out of nowhere. Oh, you're perfect. You're golden. Your light, your love. You're perfect. You're golden. You're my light, my love. Light-a-dee-da-dee-da, light-a-da-dee-da, light-a-da-da-dee-da. Don't the angels sing? Light-a-dee-da-dee-da, light-a-da-dee-da, light-a-da-da-dee-da. When I'm sad and dark, shallow and in doubt, when I'm trying my best to put one foot in front of the other, oh, you're perfect, you're golden, you're the light of my life, you're my love from forever, and your reflection, I'm perfect, so I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection in you and me. Oh, light-a-dee-da-dee-da, light-a-da-dee-da, light-a-da-dee-da.
how the angels sing. Li-di-di-di-di-di, li-di-di-di-di, li-di-di-di-di. You're always there, you never leave. You're holding me, you set me free. Your guiding light, your empathy, your confidence to express in that dead me. Oh, you're perfect, you're golden, you're the light of my life, you're my love from forever, and your reflection. I'm perfect, so I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing that I'm perfect. I'm golden. You're the light of my life. You're my love from forever in your reflection. I'm perfect, so I'll keep looking at you to keep witnessing my perfection in you as me. Whoa, every angel sing. You're perfect, golden light, my love. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Sing it with me now. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Turn to your neighbor and sing. You're perfect, even if she's your sister. Golden light, my love. Find someone else to sing it to. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Put your hand on your heart and sing it to yourself. You're perfect, golden light, my love. And one more time for that infinite presence. You're perfect, golden light, my love.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I'm a mush. I can't see my notes here. So I want to thank the volunteers. I have a list. If you are not on the list, we apologize. Our service lead, Ron Young. Service team, Becky and Linda. Stage, Deborah. Live stream, Greg and Colin. Slides, John. Soul Purpose Band. It only says Sherry and Steve. Oh, here we go. Sherry, Steve, Bob, Randy, and Cheryl. It was 2 lines. I got confused. I apologize. Office support, Cheryl and Costa, and your host and practitioner of the day, that would be me, Reverend Rob. So what else do we got here? Reverend Stephen has a class starting on February 21st. Sign up today. Powering Your Decisions from the book, The Power of Decision. So that's starting really soon. What else we got? Anything? Anything? That's it? No other slides. Okay. Hold on. And then Flo, our beloved Flo, we have a service for her on February 18th at 11 a.m., a Saturday. Everyone is invited, everyone who knows Flo. So please pass the word to people who aren't here. And if you're watching online, come show up. Oh, go ahead. Right, flowers, for those of you who couldn't hear, there's flyers out there. So grab one, and we're all invited. Thank you. And now, I think it's our benediction. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
Love be with you, peace unfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in, truth come through you, make good flow to you, let joy renew you, till we meet again. Love be with you, ooh, love be with you, ooh, love be with you. Let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you. Ooh, love be with you. Ooh, love be with you. Ooh, love be with you. Love be with you. Love be with you this week and always.
See you next week, and I will be over at the door for the exit to exit all of the things that you want to be rid of in your life.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... know that I felt
You ain't